The time has come to sell my Mazda RX-7. And no, I will not be buying another. This decision was not very easy to make. I have had Mazda RX-7s for the last 7 years. I bought my first red car back in 2015. I bought my FC in 2016. I bought this car in 2019. They've all shared an engine, and there have been hundreds, if not thousands of hours poured into each one of them. And I want it to be known that I love RX-7s. The rotary engine is so special. It's one of the best sounding engines I've ever driven. The driving experience is superb. It's unlike any other. Hitting red line, 8,500 RPM, grabbing second gear, grabbing third gear, taking it into a corner, letting it step out a little bit. There's nothing like this car. And I am going to miss it very, very much. But unfortunately, I'm not a giant YouTuber with a warehouse. And so, if I want to welcome something in, that means something has to go. I've had 7 amazing years of owning rotary cars, and I wouldn't take back a second of it. I bought my first car when I had 0 subscribers, and now I have over 100,000. I can't even believe that. I feel as though I've run my course with this car. There's really 2 ways I could take it. I could either dump $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 into this car and build a Turbo 13B, upgrade the transmission, suspension, everything. Or I can explore a new chassis. I can explore a new vehicle. And from reviewing over 900 cars here on the channel, there's so much out there that I would love to explore. I would love to have the honor of owning other vehicles. And so that really brought me to the conclusion that it is time to sell this car. Now, it's not all terrible. This car is actually going to a close friend of mine, and so it's not the last time I'll ever see it. It's going to a good home. He already has an appointment set up to get it tinted and get the paint corrected. He's already entered it into a car show, and he doesn't even own it yet. I still own it. So it's going to a very good home. And so instead of this car rotting away in my driveway, it's actually going to get used for what it was intended to be used as back in 1985. A sports car, a fun, exhilarating sports car. And before we get on with the rest of the video, I do have a cruise planned tonight with my friend Alex with his RX-7. I'm gonna film the selling process and things like that. I just wanna say, if you're watching this video and you're about to type your comment that, hey, you don't have anything left here, you subscribed because of the rotary content, I want to say thank you for sticking around this long. Thank you for letting me get my footing here on YouTube. If it weren't for the rotary community, I wouldn't be here. And you have my utmost respect and thanks. And I hope that someday our paths cross again. But for now, let's celebrate this car and all that it is. All right, so now we're gonna go on a cruise with our good friend Alex. We're just waiting for him to show up. The FB's running. This is the last cruise with the FB. Kind of sad, but kind of excited for it too. All right, guys, today is the day. My good friend Matt is buying the car, but our mutual friend Tony is coming to pick it up, so then Matt can come to Illinois to pick the car up and bring it back home to its new home in South Carolina. So we're gonna pack the car up with as many parts as I can find that will fit this car for Matt for his next ownership, and then at noon today, it's gonna leave. So we have some packing to do. So actually right now, my dad went and took the car for a spin around the block because he's the one that got me into Rx-7s. He never drove the blue car because it never really drove how I wanted it to drive. So I didn't stick a camera in the car just because I want him to just enjoy it for a second. He hasn't owned his own Rx-7 since the early 90s. He's driven mine, of course, but never the blue car. So he's going to do that. So you're gonna see a shot of it coming down the court. I've never seen it really rolling that much outside of the car. So yeah. With that little blue car turning the corner, I said goodbye to 7 long years of my life. It started with the idea of looking to buy my first car, a car that would soon let me down. But instead of admitting defeat, a decision was made to commit to a resurrection, exchanging a soul for a soul. So I drove here without a sticker. Is everyone ready? Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
This taught me the importance of organization, perseverance, and accepting a helping hand. Happiness was had, and memories were made. But time was not kind. Presenting a new challenge, yet another hard decision had to be made. A decision that would lead to a fresh start. This brought more joy for a time. But with each passing mile, the thoughts of doubt and worry crept further and further into my mind. I was chasing that feeling from all of those years ago. Life is short, and although this story is coming to an end, a new one is ready to be written. I'm not sure what that story may hold, but I know that it will only be made better by the lessons I learned during my rotary life.